Hey friends, welcome to your practice. My name's Sophie and today we're doing a spicy, strong, full splits flow. So the full splits will kind of be our peak pose. And if you don't have your splits all the way to the ground, that doesn't matter. The point is that we're going to be practicing and working up towards stretching our hamstrings and our hip flexors. So we're going to get started in a seated position. You can sit like I am here in Virasana if you'd like, or you can sit cross-legged. Bring the shoulders up to your ears on your inhale, and exhale, bring them back and down. Again, inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder, a little neck stretch. Feel free to close your eyes if you'd like. Keep your spine long. Bring your head back to center and bring your left ear towards your left shoulder. Bring your head back to center. Interlace your hands behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Pull your arms back and up as much as you can. Maybe a little back bend here. Keep an engagement in your core. Maybe your head tilts back slightly to open up the neck and the chest, creating some space there. You might even feel the skin spreading wide. And come up to center. Reach your arms all the way up. Take your right hand down. Take a side bend. You can put your whole palm down if you want, or just your fingertips. And you're reaching over. And then we'll reach both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, side bend. On your inhale, reach both arms up. And exhale, release your arms down by your sides. Come into tabletop. Cat-cows here. I'll give you some time and space to move through cat-cows on your own. About one more round. Come back into neutral. Plant down through your left hand. Reach your right arm up. And weave your right arm through to the left. Set your shoulder down. Crawl your left fingertips forward. Just 2 breaths. So we're kind of moving a little bit quickly through our warm-up here so we can get to the good stuff. So make it count. Take one more deep breath. And exhale. And then plant your left hand down and reach your right arm back up. And then set your right hand down on the ground and reach your left arm up. Inhale, exhale, weave your left arm through to the right, crawl your right fingertips forward. So we're working to move through the spine in all different ways. Right now we're twisting through the upper back. Plant down through your right hand. Lift your left arm up, inhale. Exhale, put your left hand back down onto the ground. Tuck your toes and make your way to down dog. Take a few moments in down dog, whether you're finding movement or you want to be in stillness. Shake out your head. And then make your way into plank. We're going to hold plank. Let's come down onto our forearms and hold a forearm plank. So really slowly lower down. Palms are flat on the ground. I'm pressing down and pressing away from the earth. Think about wrapping the sides of your waist into the center, into the midline of your core. Engage your thighs. Press your heels up towards the sky. Notice what your neck is doing. Maybe You're just looking towards your thumb so that you're not looking forward too much. The neck is in line with the rest of the spine. Now we'll slowly come back up onto our hands, maintaining that whole shape, still holding plank. Then lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Take your fingertips wider than the mat and onto the ground, and then lift your chest for cobra variation. Drop your left shoulder and twist a little bit to the right. And switch sides. And come back up to center. Lower back down to the ground. Plant your hands under your elbows, tuck your toes, lift your thighs, and press up to plank. Lower down for chaturanga. Hold your chaturanga. Can you hold it for 5 more seconds? 4, 3, 2, come up to plank on 1 slowly. Downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Good. Set your knees down onto the ground. Tuck your toes, keep your toes tucked, sit back on your heels. Reach your arms up. Grab onto your elbows. Take another breath here. And then you can either stay or you can rise up into camel, or setting up for camel rather, and take a little back bend here. Maybe still holding onto your elbows. So this is kind of a smaller camel than we're used to because we don't have our arms behind us. Rise back up, sit back down onto your heels. Release your arms down to the ground. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, bend your knee, open up your hip. Make sure your neck is still relaxed. Circle out your ankle if you'd like. Straighten out your right leg. Square your hips and pause. So your right hip needs to be in line with the left hip. You might feel your right shoulder dipping down a bit as you do that. Just notice how that feels in the back of your left leg. Then step your right foot between your hands, low lunge. Set your left knee down onto the ground. Take a moment to arrive. What sensation are you feeling in your body? Then you're going to bring your left foot over to the right. So this is a little bit unusual, so just listen carefully. Left foot kind of moves to the right. Right hand goes inside of the right foot. Bend deeper into your right knee so your hips shift to the front of the mat, and then reach your left arm up. So think of this as side angle on your knee. Reach your left arm over your ear into your side angle pose. As you're reaching your left arm over, you're feeling a stretch through the left side body down into the left outer hip. Slowly rise up. Keep your legs the same, but rise up so you're facing the left side of your mat. Your arms are out wide. Then put your left hand down onto the ground and reach your right arm over your ear towards the back of the mat now. Your right foot is on the ground. The right outer edge of the right foot is anchored down as well. That was too many words. Now reach your right arm up and lift your right leg up. So think of this as a half moon on your knee. Lift your right leg even higher, keeping the right foot flexed. Feel the engagement of your right glutes. Now bend your right knee, reach your right foot a little further back behind you, and then grab onto the right foot with the right hand. Kick your foot into your hand so that you can feel your right quadricep muscles, your thighs, engage. This is going to stretch and activate the hip flexors in the front of the right hip. Keep kicking back, creating maybe a little more of a back bend now, even a stretch through the right pecs and the right inner shoulder. And then re-extend your right leg and reach your right arm up. Set your right foot down and rise back up with the arms into a T shape. Then sit on your left heel if you can. Lift the right toes up and walk your hands forward, maybe onto the ground. Modify this however you need to feel good in your body. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. And then simply turn and face the front of the mat, come into lizard. You're pivoting everything. Coming into lizard lunge. Lift your back knee up off the ground just to give that back knee a break from the ground. Shift front to back a bit. Then bring your left hand over to the left side of the mat a little bit. Reach your right arm up. And kick your left leg through for your lizard kick through and hold. And then bring it back. And again, kick it through. And slowly bring it back. Once more, kick it through. Then bring it back. And set your left knee down, rotating and twisting to the right. Straighten out your right leg. Come up onto your left fingertips. So you're in a variation of half splits, twisting to the right. Take big circles with your right arm. Start by going back. So we're doing backwards circles like back strokes. One more time. And the next time the arm is up, you'll leave it there. Inhale. Exhale, put your right hand down to the ground. Come back to lizard. Lift your back knee up off of the ground and step back to three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, open up the hip, and come into wild thing very slowly. My favorite way to come into it. So your right leg is still hovering, hovering, hovering. Eventually you can set the right toes down on the ground behind you and open up. Bring it back around to three-legged dog. Then come into three-legged plank. Keep the right leg lifted. Bring the right knee to the right upper arm. Bring it back to three-legged plank. And then bring it to the left upper arm. Three-legged plank. Chaturanga. Hold. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Lift your left leg up, bend your knee, open up your hip. You might circle the ankle. Just straighten the left leg back out and square your hips. Left hip in line with the right hip. Fingers are spread. And step your foot between your hands. Set your right knee down onto the ground. And bring your right foot over to the left. Left hand inside of left foot. Right arm reaches up. You might have to adjust your stance, like I had to slide my left foot forward a bit. And then bend your left knee and reach right arm over your ear. And we'll rise on up. Keep your legs how they are. Then set your right hand down onto the ground. Turn your left toes to face the side of the mat now. And then reach a left arm over your ear. So we're in sort of a gate pose here. Reach that arm over. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. Reach your left arm up. Lift your left leg up. Lift it high, lift it high. Try not to arch in the low back here too much, so keep your low ribs knitted inwards. Lift the leg a little higher. Bend the left knee. Reach that left foot back further before you even grab it. Then you can reach back and grab onto the foot. Kick the foot into the hand and engage your quads and hip flexors as you do that. Kick it back a little more. And then re-extend the leg and arm. Set the left foot down and rise on up. Then bring your fingertips down, sit back on your right heel, lift the left toes up, crawl your fingertips forward and fold. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. Lift up, turn and pivot to face the front of the mat. And lift your back knee up in lizard. Move your right hand over to the right a bit, reach your left arm up, and kick your right leg through. Slowly bring it back with control. And again, kick it through. Bring it back. One more time. Kick, lift, and then we bring it back. And we're still twisted to the left as we set the right knee down. Straighten out the left leg, half split, slide the right foot back, maybe right hand back, maybe come up onto the fingertips, and then take big circles with your left arm. Back strokes. And match movement to breath here. We're always coming back to the breath. The next time the arm is up, keep it there. Bring your left hand down, come into lizard. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee, and step to three-legged dog. Bend your knee, open your hip. Slow motion into wild thing, or flip dog, whatever you like to call it. Oop, lost my balance there. So if you lose your balance, it's okay. Lift your foot back up. So you're rebalancing. And then you slowly set the toes down and you're in wild thing. Bring it back around to three-legged dog. Three-legged plank. Left knee to left upper arm hold. And bring it straight back. Left knee to right upper arm hold. And bring it straight back. Chaturanga. Upward facing. And downward facing. Breath in. And breath out. Lift your right leg up. Step your right foot between your hands. Low lunge. Put your left knee down and sweep your arms up. Vinayasa. Squeeze your hips towards each other as you lift a little higher. Inhale. Exhale, half splits with your arms back behind you. Flex your foot. You're balancing in half splits. But at the same time, leaning forward with your chest, hinging at the hips to create more of a stretch in your right calves and hamstrings. Good, then we'll come up back into Anjaneyasana. Reach the arms up. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Bring your hands to your heart and twist to your right. Hook that elbow. Firm up your back leg. Step your feet together into a chair twist. Keep your left elbow and right knee connected. Lift your right heel. All the weight is in your left foot as you slowly stand on up. Keep it all connected. Now you can disconnect the elbow and knee. Reach your right arm back. Left hand could go to the outer right knee, or you can grab onto the outer edge of the foot and extend forward. Now release the foot if you have it. We're going into half moon, so you're going to slowly swing the leg back behind you, bring the left fingertips to the ground, and turn your toes to face the right side of the room. Option to bend your knee and grab onto your foot for Ardha Chandra Chapasana, half moon with Chapasana variation. Re-extend your right leg if you have it. Slowly step into warrior two. Flip your left palm, reverse warrior. Inhale, exhale, hands down into low lunge. Plant them, step back into one-legged plank. Reach your right arm forward, awkward plank. Bring your right elbow to your left knee, hold. Re-extend it. Put your right hand down. Lower down halfway, chaturanga. Come back up, one-legged plank or three-legged plank. Lower down, chaturanga. Lift it back up. Lower all the way down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Locust pose, lift. Reach your arms back. Plant your hands under your elbows, tuck your toes. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Breath in and out. Lift your left leg up. Step your left foot between your hands. Anjaneyasana, reach up. So you're sinking deep into your hips, but then you're squeezing the hips together and lifting through your torso. Reach the arms up by your ears. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale. Exhale, half splits. Arms back. Left foot flexed. Hinge more at the hips. So you're doing a forward pelvic tilt in order to get more sensation. Come back into Anjaneyasana. Arms reach up. Tuck your back toes. Lift your back knee. Bring your hands to your heart. Twist your left. So you're hooking your left elbow. Palms together. Firm your back thigh. Step your feet together, chair twist. Keep your elbow and knee connected. Lift your left heel. Rise all the way up. Disconnect elbow and knee. Left arm back. Go into your revolved hand to big toe pose, however you'd like to do it. If your leg is extended and you're holding onto the foot, release the foot. If your leg is bent, extend it. Then pendulum swing it back into half moon. Right fingertips down, left arm up. Option for Chapasana. Re-extend the leg. Slowly step back to warrior two. Flip your right palm, reverse warrior. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground, low lunge. Step back to one-legged plank. Reach your left arm forward, awkward plank. Elbow to knee. Hold. Re-extend. Set your left hand down. Chaturanga, hold. Rise back up. See if you can keep your right leg lifted. Lower down, hold. Rise back up. Now lower all the way down. You can put your foot down as you do that. Untuck your toes. And again, lift up for locust. Option to bend the knees, grab onto the feet for bow. And then we'll release all the way to the ground. Use your hands as a pillow under your forehead. Shake out your hips. Shake it out and release as I take some of the sunlight away from this room. All right, let's plant the hands, tuck your toes, and rise back up to plank and downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Step your foot outside of your right hand. We're in lizard again. Put your left knee down, untuck your toes, and then put your forearms down. So we're really working to stretch out the hips and hip flexors to help us in our full splits in just a moment here. So you can roll onto the outer edge of the right foot if it feels okay on your knee, and just let your knee open up to the right. Push down into the top of your left foot. See how that activates the pose. And then rise back up onto your hands. Slide your right foot between your hands and straighten out your right leg. Blocks can be useful here if you have them for full splits, but if you don't have them, don't worry. But just be really mindful as we start to go into it. So you're going to slide your right foot forward. Now keep a bend in your right knee. Don't lock it out. Slide your back leg back. And then go as far as it's comfortable for you without pushing the limits. You don't want to push your limits too much. You just want to find where you can be maybe slightly uncomfortable, but not hurting yourself. So if you have blocks, they'd be under your hands. Otherwise, your fingertips are on the ground. Keep your back toes tucked. See what that does for you. Sit as tall as you can. Close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Keep rotating your hips forward. So trying to get that left hip to face forward. Beautiful. Then to come out of it, just slowly make your way out of it. There's no special way you have to do it. We'll go back to down dog. Take a moment to just notice the feeling in your hips now. Maybe a sense of release. And then lift your left leg up. Step your left foot outside of your left hand. Set your right knee down and then come onto your forearms. Left knee can open to the left. Push down into the top of the right foot. Relax your neck. Rise back up onto the hands. Slide your left foot between your hands. Straighten first to half splits, half monkey, Ardha Hanumanasana. Then start to slide the foot forward and slide your back leg back. Keep a bend in your front knee. Unless you're all the way on the ground. If you can get your hips all the way touching the ground, then the left knee will straighten out, or left leg will straighten out. Just notice the difference between the sides. So we're working to square the hips forward. We're keeping the back toes tucked, lengthening the spine, maybe closing the eyes. One more breath. And then we'll begin to make our way back to down dog slowly. Now set your knees down, sit back on your heels, palms face up on your thighs, close your eyes. Blink the eyes open. Rise up, setting up for camel pose again. Bring your hands to your low back, fingers facing down. Press your hips forward and start to go back. Lifting up through your chest like there's a string attached to the center of your chest, pulling up. Option to grab onto your heels. And then rise on up and sit back down onto your heels. I'll stay here. Bring your chin down to your chest. Bring your right ear over towards the right shoulder. It's a little different than the neck stretch we did at the beginning of class. For this one, you have a downward, your chin is down, so you have more of an angle here. Bring your chin back down to your chest and then tilt your head to the left. And bring your head back down. Bring your head up. Come into a seat, a crisscross seat, and then bring the bottoms of the feet together. Then take your feet further out in front of you. So it's a little bit of a wider kind of diamond shape. And then just simply walk your hands down, face your palms up, drop your head, and just let go of effort. Let it all go. It might feel good to find a natural sort of sway side to side, just a little bit of movement. Let your breath be the main focus right now. You might say to yourself, I am aware that I am breathing in, and I'm aware that I'm breathing out. Very slowly rise back up. Feel the backs of the hands dragging along the floor. Slowly bring your head back up. Cross your legs. Sit tall. Take a breath in through your nose, out of your mouth. Once more in and out. Bring your hands together at your heart. And we'll bow together in gratitude for this practice. Thank you so much for joining me on this short little journey of our full splits flow. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and I will see you next time. Bye.